I know our vast audience was wondering where we had disappeared to, but we are most definitely, definitively, and decisively live.
Yes. Bring back my drinks. Bring back my drinks. A few of you will know the reference there. Welcome back, friends. Although you probably didn't go anywhere, we've been away. We took a little PTO, a little personal time off. We're tired. Didn't mean we didn't make cocktails and continue doing extensive research while we were away.
Exhausted.
Exhaustive research. So, continuing where we left off. Last week, we were in the middle of a theme of, we'll take Manhattan. Studying Manhattan, the cocktail Manhattan, which is bourbon and sweet vermouth. Basically, it's a martini made with bourbon and sweet vermouth instead of dry. Then we made a classic Manhattan. We made a perfect Manhattan that had both sweet and dry vermouth. And then we ventured outside the borough of Manhattan and made what was called a Brooklyn, which was basically a Manhattan made with dry vermouth and the Maraschino liqueur. Now, we're going to go even deeper of a dive, because now we're going to make, in the next 2 days, 2 cocktails that are named after neighborhoods in Brooklyn. Okay, so it's time for a little geography lesson, my friends. Here we have the city of New York. Now, it has 5 boroughs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the most popularly known is Manhattan. Many people think that is probably New York City. Oh, no, no, no. The whole thing is New York City. And how do you remember the other boroughs? Well, listen to show tunes. The Bronx is up. The Battery's down. Battery is an area of Manhattan. Then south of Manhattan is Staten Island. Manhattan to Staten, get it? So Manhattan, Bronx, Staten Island. Then you have Brooklyn and Queens. So this is Brooklyn. This is where we made our cocktail last time. I wish we made it in Brooklyn. That's what it's called. Today we're making one called the Red Hook. And here in red pencil, Larry, can you get a close-up of that? That is the neighborhood of Red Hook. And all that is to introduce you to tonight's cocktail. Woo! See, we do extensive research here. Do you know how long it took to actually get the outline of those neighborhoods? And those are pretty darn correct. I'm just saying. All right. So, Brooklyn was bourbon, dry vermouth, dry vermouth, which we don't have because we're not using it tonight, and Maraschino liqueur. And that comes from the early 1900s. Now, this fad of further changing the Manhattan and the Brooklyn and naming them after neighborhoods was in the 2000s, the aughts, if you would. So this, the Red Hook, is, let's see, it's a modern classic cocktail created by bartender Enzo Errico in 2003, and he worked at the very famous Milk and Honey Bar in Manhattan in the Lower East Side. It is the first Manhattan variation to be named after a Brooklyn neighborhood. So the difference between the Brooklyn, which is bourbon and dry vermouth, is this is bourbon, sweet vermouth, and the Maraschino liqueur. Would you stop talking and make the cocktail? All right. I've kind of forgotten how. All right. Put ice, and as we remember, Manhattans and its variations are always stirred, never shaken. You need 2 shots, 2 ounces. What do you think, Larry?
Go for it.
Okay. There you go. All up some of the...
Tasty very
good. That's good. And then you need a half an ounce of sweet vermouth.
Maybe 3/4.
Yeah, I'm going to put about 3/4. and then a quarter ounce, which will become
A half an ounce.
a half an ounce of the maraschino.
We're nothing if not precise.
Excuse me. We're nothing if not precise. Thank you, Larry. That is very, very true.
I guess we're nothing.
We are not nothing. Is that a double negative? And then you stir it, stir it, stir it, stir it. Another characteristic of these cocktails, the Brooklyn and their ilk, if you will, there's never a garnish. I guess that was just too fussy. They didn't want to be fussy like the Manhattans. Whew. All right. So here you go. You're going to strain it into your glass. Come in for the pour, Larry. Woo! There we go. I shouldn't have had that shot of bourbon because now it's going to affect my taste. All right, here we go. Okay. We talked about a characteristic of the maraschino is a light bubblegum flavor. You can smell the bubblegum. Here, Larry.
Coming in.
Come in for a smell.
Oh, yeah.
You can smell the bubblegum. Let's see if you can taste it. No, you do not taste the bubblegum, but let me tell you, my friends, I'm going to say that is the best Manhattan / version of Manhattan we've had yet. It is so much more complex with the sweet vermouth and the maraschino added. That's very, very good. I'm going to enjoy this. We won't have to do as much extensive research for tomorrow because we've already done that. Tomorrow's neighborhood. Larry, do you know what neighborhood we're visiting tomorrow?
You told me, but I've forgotten. You'll have to remind me.
Tomorrow we're going to visit Greenpoint. Good night, friends.
That's all for now.